Pegwarmers popping pockets quickly. The Highland versions, they are full of it.
Yeah, hello, everyone. Knocked it up about an hour ago. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello.
Yes, it's like the first day of school, isn't it? All new cast. How is everybody?
Welcome.
Good.
Doing
Fantastic.
good.
Really good.
Cheers, Tez.
Hello, Tez.
Hey, Tez.
Thank you, Si.
Hi.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Hey, Bart. Nice.
Hey, dude. Yeah, it's cool as well, and it's a sad situation, but we're going to move on, aren't we?
He barely works anymore.
Thank you, Bike. Rosaf playing Teddy Rutsby.
Yoko Ono.
Thank you, Rosaf. Good luck to everyone, and Jesse as well. Yeah, we're going to get to know everybody tonight. I'm going to ask everyone questions, so you don't have to. Hey, G-Force. Hey, it's Baz.
Liking.
Hey, liking how you doing? Sleeping.
Hey.
What's going on, man?
Hey.
You got a big stack of boxes today.
Smirk.
I'm
Bear,
Pete.
Scuba
Yes.
Pete.
Right. We'll start off with, if we've got anything new to start off with.
The
And then
gang's
we'll go
all here.
into Nigel here as well. And Salacious is supposed to be on.
Hey, it's delicious.
When you coming on,
Salacious.
Salacious?
Does he have the link?
Yeah, it's in the chat, so
Okay.
if you want to pop on, it can do. So, if I can find the right bloody thing, what have we picked up? Let's start with that. Jesse, have you got anything?
Not over the last few days, really. Just a couple of Black Series have started rolling in, just from the latest wave, and I've been putting my reviews up of them on my channel. So, yeah, aside from that, it's kind of been a little bit quiet at the moment, which is kind of nice. It means I can save a few dollars and wait for the next stuff. I'm hoping for the new Black Series Deluxe Boba Fett to hit next week, I think. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
Yeah,
And
we're going to start about Black Series because I got an email today at Bo-Katan, but it's not coming April, it's coming May.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris?
I have actually picked up quite a few new things. I got finally got around to picking up my Undertaker.
Ooh.
I decided to start collecting him again. I found a new vintage figure.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, very nice.
And then I did find 3 of the newer Marvels.
Nice.
America. And Captain Marvel.
Cool.
And the Human Torch.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
I found a Hordak.
Ooh. Look at that Horde label. Yes.
Oh, isn't it nice? Oh, I never had a Horde when I was a kid. I could never find them initially, and then they were gone. And Evil Hot Rod Roddy Piper.
Yes.
Oh.
Nice.
So, and I got my Jawa
Cool.
Nice.
Nice.
and a Evil Knievel Pop.
Look at that.
So I got a few things this week. It was actually not a bad hunting week, sort of. Although
Wow.
I'll tell you guys something later. It's interesting.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
Neat.
John?
My Jawa showed up also, but he's in the other room. But I got another copy of Star Wars number 8, the first appearance.
Still need
The
that.
first appearance of Jackson.
Yeah, I need
Nice.
get him
Skyrocket in price.
rises in price.
And my 50th anniversary Mace Windu showed up today, which is really cool. I really like this packaging. And that 50th logo, I got to tell you, I really like it. I like the design of the logo. I like the way it looks when it's on the packaging.
Yeah.
I like it on the Jawa and on this. I mean, I've been very pleased with the packaging, the way they've done this.
I don't
For this
particularly
50th.
like it on the vintage card figures, the small ones, because then now it's completely different from all other.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it on the small. Is it on the Grief Karga?
No, because I don't think he was part of that series.
Okay.
No, but
And then
it replaces up here. It's right up
okay.
in here.
Mm.
Oh,
I'll have to see it. I haven't seen one yet in person. And then I opened one of these Marvel 3.75, and I got to say I love these
Yeah,
figures.
cool.
These
Yeah.
these are brilliant, and I really like the clear plastic. You can't see it as well on the screen here, but he's clear plastic, and I really like clear action figures. I think they're pretty cool. And now I want to get an Iceman to open an Iceman, have fire and ice. They're really nice figures. And they actually have twisting hands. So they're not just 5 POA, they're 7.
Oh,
A
Yeah.
little bit extra. That's cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice
Yeah.
figures.
I just want to say hello to Pops here. Me and
That's
Brandon
pretty
were
much
playing
it.
hey,
on Red Dead with him today.
hey, Pops.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah.
he was great. He was like a narrator. He was
He was,
almost like
yeah.
Sam Elliott in the background.
Somebody said in the chat that it thought he was a character in the game.
Yeah.
74-year-old Red Dead player.
Yeah.
He's like 500
Amazing guy.
rank 500 something, and he was
Oh my gosh.
showing me where to find
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, he's like,
So-
turn left. There's a coin
Just
right
by
there.
that tree.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah. So thank you, Robert.
Right then, Brandon, what have you picked up, mate?
I got the.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
It came with the shirt, and then it's the.
The pop.
Yeah. It was the 2-pack. I already showed off the Dooku, but I got the Clone
Oh,
Wars,
nice.
Nice.
and I've got several of the other ones on
Oh,
the way too.
I got that Yoda on the way. I just ordered him today. and Dirge is coming
Cool.
too.
Yep. The Jawa. Yep. And then,
Josh.
hey, John Joker. Hey, Josh. And then my first
Oh,
Bandai.
Mm.
Kotobuki or whatever,
Nope.
right?
Nope. These ones
Oh,
are
these are-
the
Isn't
movie
it?
realization.
Ashigaru. The
Yeah,
Ashigaru.
it's
Yeah.
Bandai Tamashii.
That is,
Tamashi.
that is a bad
Tamashi
hole to go down.
Yep.
Yep.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. They are
Wow.
really nice figures.
Hey,
Yeah,
G-Force.
they're cool.
Excited to look
All my
at those.
favourite people. That's really nice of you, G-Force.
Hey,
Hey,
G-Force.
G-Force.
Yeah, really nice of you. I haven't got anything. All my pre-orders have been either cancelled or put back. But I did get finally got the catalogue for the poster auction if anybody's interested in that.
Oh,
Are
cool.
you still going to live stream that?
Yes, I will do. Yes.
Sweet.
I just want to show you my X-Wing build.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It's massive.
Big
Oh,
it is.
boy.
That is much bigger than I thought it was.
I put all the wings on and the body. I put all the electronics in and all the wires and everything, and it doesn't work.
Oh,
The motherboard doesn't work. So I'm going to take it all apart again. Rebuild it. Get another motherboard. Hopefully they'll send me another one. But then go in touch with me yet.
So what is the fuselage next?
Yeah, I've got most of it.
Okay.
It's just a matter of putting it all together, basically.
Gotcha.
That was issue 75. It's got like proton torpedo missiles that you don't actually see, but they'll be inside. You know they're in there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
How many more issues do you have of that?
I've got 75, so it's 25 more issues.
wow.
Dang. At the end, you should recut all your videos so you just do a time lapse.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
that'd be quite interesting. Hey, Mackie D.
Hey, Marky.
Mark,
Hey.
Josh, how you doing?
Hey, Josh.
Erin.
Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
Aaron,
Clink as well.
oh, Joker's
Matches
around.
as well. Wow, we've got everybody in
Hello.
tonight.
Hey, Matches.
Wow, matches straight
Yeah.
by.
And Adam, of course.
Hey,
Adam. Right. Well, we're going to get to know everybody today. It's a new live stream. You know me, you know John, but you know Brandon. You know what everybody really, but we as a group, you don't know us as a group. The dynamic will actually come. But I've got some questions for everybody. So I'm going to go around and ask everybody. What was your first toy?
Oh, good question. I don't know if I could actually remember my very first toy. I'll stick with Star Wars because it's what I know and love. it was the Power of the Force, Darth Vader, and Chewbacca. Must have been Christmas of 96. I'm guessing. Yeah, it definitely wasn't in the 60s. Yeah, it would have been Power of the Force, Chewie, and Vader, and that really started it for me. And yeah, a couple thousand action figures later, here I am.
Yeah, you're making us feel old. I just saw Chris go in to pick it off the shelf. So.
He's got it still. I still
That's
own the first
awesome.
toy I ever got. You know?
This is one of the
There you
first
go.
toys I ever got.
Oh,
You
remember
go
that?
to.
Oh,
I was going to get batteries for it and do a video to see if it works, and I couldn't figure out what batteries it takes. I think it's D's. But it came from Toys R Us, apparently. But it makes horrific noises. It plays these little records.
I remember those records. They're thick, aren't they?
Yeah.
Aren't they like, yeah.
yeah, the Fisher Price had those type of things. The one with a record player. Didn't Fisher Price have a record player?
Oh, yeah. I got one of those downstairs, too.
Oh,
You load them in the top, right? Yeah, in that little slot.
Yeah, you load them
Yeah.
up here,
Yep,
and
yep,
as it turns the
That's cool.
sound.
yep.
But that's one of my first toys I ever got. My first Star Wars thing is my Jawa,
Your
Oh,
Jawa.
cool.
oh.
who's long since lost his cape.
Now you've got a carded one.
Yeah, it's true. Now I got a bigger and guarded one.
John, can you remember?
Well, I actually don't. I mean, I know that I have pictures of me with a big wheel riding around with it and some of those little Playmobil kind of toys. But I mean, the first notable thing again was Star Wars, and just like Jesse and them, So I know for a fact. I know because of photographs we got. Like, there's a picture of me with my grandmother getting the Han Solo, and that year, Christmas of 1978. So it wasn't until Christmas of 1978 that we really got all the figures and stuff. And everybody in the family got together and got one of each figure. So by the end of Christmas, I had all 12 or whatever we were out at that time. And but I suspect, as an adult, that we either got some of the early bird figures at a garage sale, or my mother had got that and sent away for us, and maybe didn't give it to us till later because, we have the R2 from that. We have the green gun for Chewbacca from that set. So there are things in my collection that tell me I think we somehow got the early bird set, but I don't remember it. My first real sort of memory is the Han Solo with Grandma, and we have a picture of that and everything. So that's what I consider the first thing, really, is that Han Solo.
Cool. Howdy, partners. Simon.
Hey, Si.
Brandon should be the easiest to.
Yeah. I don't remember my first one, but I've talked about it a little bit, and it's the one I remember the most from when I was really young would probably be the Power Ranger where you flip the head and it's got the mask versus the Jason head underneath. And I am looking at Hasbro Pulse to make sure I get one of those because I had such fond memories of that, and I'm going to pick one up while I can. But Star Wars, it would probably be one of the. I don't know if it was just one, but it was probably a lot of the Episode 1 figures. I know that I had the first couple of them.
I think it was that same one, Scuba. I think it had an orange base with a blue seat, and I think the big wheel was black, right?
Yeah.
And then it had blue handlebars with the tassels coming out, right? Wasn't there tassels? It's
Yeah.
I have it in a video. We have an actual home video, like 8mm video of it.
Right. Well, my first one was a Corgi Batmobile. I used to watch it every Saturday morning with my dad, and he bought me one, and I loved it. Actually, I played with it that much. I wrote it. It fell apart, so he bought me another one. See, look, I think he loved it as much as I did. So yeah. Right, number 2. What line do you prefer?
Like franchise or
These are hard questions.
Yeah, I'm very sort of split between Star Wars Black Series and Vintage Collection as well. I'll be completely honest and say I'd probably trade in all my Black Series for Vintage Collection in a heartbeat, just because that's the heritage sort of scale. It's always been that way. I'd love to see a little bit more attention go towards the Vintage Collection, but I love the Black Series stuff. Like it's amazing figures, amazing toys. But yeah, that'd be my 2. It's hard to split them though.
Cool. Yeah, Pete, thank you. No rush, Pete.
Mine would probably have to be, what's called new vintage. I love the cards of them. If I could afford more on the old cards, I'd buy more of those. But just something about that old style of card, and if that's pretty much all they make for 3.75 anymore. But that's my favorite. I dabble in Black Series, but not that much.
Cool. John.
Hey, Muzza.
I've got to agree with the consensus so far. I mean, for me, it's always going to be collecting vintage figures. Number 1, if I had to go back to like you're only getting one thing, you can't spend your money on anything else, it would be vintage Kenner Star Wars figures, all day, every day, all the time. But I do love the new vintage collection. Just like Jesse and Chris do. It's. If I had to choose one modern line, that would be it,
Nice one. So, Brandon, I think, I don't know, you're just everything, aren't you?
Yeah, but I honestly, I love collecting the vintage because I like the history behind it, and I like, it's crazy because I get that feeling when I have it in my hands and I'm like, this toy is over 40 years old, and I really enjoy collecting the vintage. I like the vintage collection figures that I do have, but I think I'd still have to go with Black Series. The 6-inch figures, the detail on them, and just the way that like they feel, and compared to the 3 3/4 ones, and it's a shame that Black Series is having as many issues as it is, but yeah, I think.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Issues?
I can go to any store and pick up a Jar Jar anytime I want.
Yeah, plenty of Jar Jars.
Army build.
Yep.
Well, mine is obviously the vintage Star Wars.
Yeah,
you knew that. You knew that. Right, number 3. Are you ready?
Throw me on the spot.
Yes, next time I'm gonna go the other way around.
It's got to be Empire for me. Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
It's the creme de la creme. It might be an unpopular opinion, but it's.
So this is a popular opinion.
It might be an unpopular opinion, but Last Jedi is my second favorite.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it. I wouldn't put it up as one of the favorites.
I've grown to really love it. It's been a bit of a rocky relationship, but I've come to really, really love it over the last couple of years. So I loved it from the get-go. It was I remember walking out of the cinema thinking, I didn't really know how to feel the first time I watched it, and then subsequent viewings it grew on me. But I'll always go back to Empire. There's just something special about that movie that I just absolutely adore.
Yeah, for me, when I walked out of Last Jedi, I just remember thinking, well, I didn't expect that.
yeah, exactly.
Everything you expected didn't happen, and it was just totally unexpected. And I think that's maybe why a lot of people don't like it.
Right.
It was definitely a weird feeling, and I had to go back in and watch it again just to be like, Let me see what I just. Let me see what I just saw. I gotta see what I just saw.
I like watching it. It's one of the first ones I click on. To be honest with you.
For Star Wars, my favorite film is Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
Nice. That's a good one.
And it's a great flick, good action. It has speeder bike chases, which I love because I love my Scout Troopers, and it has my favorite character of all time in it, Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's in 7 of the 9 movies, but in the before time there was just one.
Yeah. And that ending of the film with him and Vader and Luke, just the speech, the vocals, I just always go back to it. So be it.
Yeah.
Jedi. Everything about it is just his whole speech. Like every time it cuts to him, I'm always like, oh, this is awesome.
Well, now that the prequels, came out and everything, now you can rewatch that in a different light, and you can see the Emperor's like, boy, I have been doing this. This plan has been going for a long time. Yeah. You're not going to mess this up. So be it. And, it's pretty cool. And
Your
even with
overconfidence
Return and Rise of Skywalker, I hate that movie, but I love him because he is hilarious. He's a happy guy. The Emperor is a happy man.
I just love his the spite and everything in him. He's like, Luke's like, your overconfidence is your weakness. Your faith in your friend is yours. He's like, I consider favorite films the kind of movies that if you walk in the room and it's on TV, like if you click on the thing and it's on, or you enter a home, you're coming to visit a friend and they've got something on television, and you're immediately drawn in and you sit down and just watch the whole thing. And you can never, every time you play the movie, you're never in a point where you go, oh, but this is a great movie, but it's got that one scene that I don't want to sit through. There's so many good films that always have that one scene where you're just like, yeah, but there's that boring part there or whatever. And so to be a favorite, it has to be one of those films that you just can sit down and watch all the time, no matter what. You'll get drawn into it. And that is any of the Star Wars movies for me. And number one is The Empire Strikes Back, of course. And, I love every single Star Wars movie. I just do. And
yep.
It's just, yeah. And Big Trouble in Little China. If you're going outside of Star Wars. Love my Victor Wong.
And then it all went wrong. It could have been worse. She could have said black hole.
Indeed.
Oh, no. That should be the sixth question. What is your least favorite film?
I love Big Trouble in Little China. That movie is hilarious.
Oh no.
So I'm going to give 2 answers because inside of Star Wars, outside of Star Wars. I love Return of the Jedi. One of my favorite characters. One of my favorite characters, not my favorite, but Wicket is in.
Never would have guessed.
Return of the Jedi, yeah. But Empire Strikes Back, like John was saying, I can, anytime it's on TNT, even though I have, the Blu-rays, the DVDs, the VHS, we have it on Disney Plus without commercials whenever we want to watch it. Even if it's on like TNT or some other channel, we put it on when it's on TV. And every scene in that movie, I never take my eyes off it from start to finish. From the Battle of Hoth to the right at the end. I absolutely love the movie, but outside of Star Wars, I would have to say it's Aliens. And part of that is because I've been replaying Alien Isolation, but I went back and watched Aliens, and it is an amazing, amazing movie. And I love the whole franchise, but Aliens is fantastic.
It's game over, man. Game over.
If I'm just going to quickly do my outside of Star Wars. It's the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yes.
That is my second all-time favorite franchise. So
Are you going to catch them when they come back out?
Return of the Jedi.
Jackson's
I know
re-releasing
Empire Strikes
all
Back
those
is the
in
better
theaters
film,
in
but for me, Return of the Jedi. But my best favorite movie of all time is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Love it.
Definitely.
Outside, I have a hard time choosing between Raiders and the Blues Brothers.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
No, Blues
Yeah, it's
Brothers
good.
is
There's a bit of the car chase in the Blues
Top
Brothers
five.
that I'm like, boy, can we get on? Can we get to Chicago? But there's almost no part in Raiders that has that slow bit, like you were saying. That
Yeah, no, Raiders is great. Yeah.
And Blues Brothers has Carrie Fisher in it, so yeah.
of course.
Right, Ed, next one's pretty easy, and I'm going to go the other way around this time.
Ooh, because my answer is most likely going to be different. I'm going to say modern, and it's because I didn't grow up with the vintage.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was born in 1995, so they had been out for over 20 years by the time I was even born. So I grew up with the prequel toys and stuff like that, and going back and looking at the vintage is amazing, and I love getting them in the mail and looking for them. There's something about hunting down those old toys. So I will say modern, but I absolutely love vintage too.
Vintage. If I got to choose one, it's vintage.
I really didn't need to ask it either.
Yeah.
Modern vintage. I really, I love the vintage figures, but we would have never gotten that in the Kenner Waves.
Oh, yeah.
Or this guy.
Yeah, that's great.
There's just a ton of figures that they've expanded on.
Yeah.
That I like modern vintage for everything from 99 to now. Even those stupid Rambo looking figures in the orange package. I have all those. I pretty much have every figure from 99 forward. Wow. And I love those figures. And my favorite packaging is this, apart from vintage normal.
Yeah, that's a good
30th
packaging.
anniversary.
I love the 30th anniversary.
Especially the ones with the coins.
With the coins, the coins are great.
Great selection of figures too in that line. Absolutely amazing line.
I just found my coin holder the other day, and I've got like 40 of the coins. So I got a few more I gotta get.
Yeah, modern for me. I do collect vintage, like my little cabinet back there. That's all full of vintage, and I'm sort of getting into that point now where I'm trying to get the last 17, and it's it's starting to get into the pricey thing. So
tell me about
the good thing about that is it's like a little mission I can have as a collector, like going into the future. Like I know I don't have to rush and get them. Like I can find them over the next 10 years and I'll be happy. And it's the same with modern stuff too. There's that many figures out there that I'm always being able to go back and backtrack and find figures that I don't have now. So it's I love it both. But yeah, modern for me.
Yeah, obviously vintage for me.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Like just recently getting this Quarren Soldier.
Oh, nice.
Which is on the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars that are now on Disney Plus. I watched the episode this morning with this guy in it, and I was like, "Oh, there he is! That's cool."
I don't have that guy, but I have the Mon Calamari warrior.
I got to get them on Cal too. Yeah,
he's got like a shield, and he's got like a shield and a horn that's made out of shells, and he's got a sword that's made out of shells. It's so cool. I love it.
I gotta track that guy down. Yeah, he looks cool.
Finally,
you can't go wrong for vintage, Martin, for all the vehicles. Especially they created around the 30th anniversary and Clone Wars stuff. Yeah, man, that stuff's expensive, but I really wish I would have picked some of it up. I just didn't do play sets at the time. I was only doing 3.7. And so I missed out on a lot of really cool sets.
Oh. Yeah, there's so much that I need to get just because I've been collecting just mostly just this year, but I started getting stuff around last year, a little over a year ago. But I really started, like, I only had 6 Black Series figures at the start of this year, and now I've got over 50. So I think the Holy Grail one would probably be a vintage Millennium Falcon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Since I collect a wide range of stuff, I'm gonna have 2. So for within Star Wars, my number 1 Holy Grail within the Star Wars collecting area is a wax sculpt Kenner prototype of any of the figures. I don't care which figure it is. I want the original big wax prototype sculpt that they did to make on how they designed and made the figures before taking them into production. I would also love a prototype itself, one of the little one, but that would be my ultimate Holy Grail for Star Wars. I feel like everything else is obtainable if you've got the money, where a Holy Grail to me is something you can't just buy on eBay, But my Holy Grail outside of Star Wars is something that I could probably buy at any store that I go to, and it's still that Godzilla Shogun Warrior. I had him when I was a kid, and I've wanted him ever since. And it's that $300 or $400 price tag that keeps me from buying him. But someday I'll get him, and But that's my outside of Star Wars Holy Grail: Shogun Warriors, Godzilla.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Sleeping.
How is that even possible?
Yeah.
Watch party.
I mean, you accidentally. It's another one of those movies that's on television so often, and it's on every single year during the holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever.
How have we got through? I've not seen Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I'm going to make a confession and say I never watched Ghostbusters. I never saw Ghostbusters until last year.
Wow.
Yeah, but that one's harder to accidentally see. Like Star Wars and Indiana Jones, they're on television.
Every Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, they're on so often that you can accidentally see them. Even if you're not a fan, you walk into a room and someone else has it on. You're like, oh, but I saw it by accident,
Right, where did we get to? I think it was Chris, was it?
Yeah.
I would.
Chris
really
already owns all the Holy Grails.
Yeah, look at the backdrop there.
Inside
Grails
Star
galore.
Wars, I think I would like a Tidarium shuttle in box.
Oh yeah.
I love the box art and everything. I would just like the box. I don't even need the shuttle. Pretty much any classic vintage boxes would be great. The chocolate chip Wookiee, chocolate chip Wookiee has been posting stuff on Twitter that is just killing me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah, he's got everything.
I was a moron for throwing all those boxes away.
Yep.
Outside of Star Wars, I really would like to eventually try and find the glow-in-the-dark Haunted Mansion Pops from Funko Pops from the San Diego Comic-Con a few years ago. They're just like $300 a piece. They're just so expensive.
Oof.
Wow.
Flip and go and watch Raiders, we'll wait.
Wait, we'll act it out for you. I'll be Sala. Who wants to be Marion?
I'll be Marion.
Okay.
Well, then I'm not being Indy because Mark's going to end up kissing me. Damn it.
I'll take one for the team.
Fuck her up.
Do they actually kiss?
Yeah, because he's like, it hurts here, remember?
Yeah, but he falls asleep.
He does fall asleep.
I guess so, yeah.
Right, cool.
Holy Grail. I'd say probably just any of the last 17 figures that I need is probably anything. But yeah, like John said, if you've got the money, they're pretty easily attainable. But I don't know. They're probably for my collection personally. There's a couple of modern figures that I'd love to get. There was an Exar Kun and Ulic Kaldroma comic pack, and there was Jedi Master Thom and Tirasar. There was another comic pack, which would be one I'd love to get, and then Jaina and Jason Solo from the Legacy collection. They're two figures I'd still love to get, but their prices have gone way up in recent years.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
I remember like 10 years ago thinking that Exarchon and Ulic Kaldroma comic pack was going for like $200, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just sit it out. And now it's 10 years later, it's sitting at like $700-800.
$700, yeah.
Those,
You know what's
those
really
comic
bad
two-packs were sadly overlooked by people in the store.
They
They
were.
were kind of peg warmers. They really were. People didn't like them because they didn't know the characters because they were from comics and stuff. And so, they didn't buy them. And I found them at a convention and for $10. And I bought like 14 of them. And I was finally, I got a few of these. But I passed them up too because I really didn't know the characters.
Yeah.
So, I could buy this, or I could buy 3 3/4 inch that I know. And
yeah, I remember seeing them at Target and Walmart and stuff, and I remember passing on them also just because of the same thing. I was like, it's either buy that or buy these, and I was buying the vintage collection or other things that were in the store, and I kept leaving them on the shelf. I intended to get some of them, but then they just disappeared, and I never saw them again. But I remember when I was, right before I left Seattle, my friend Derek and Daryl, they had bought a house. One of them, I think Daryl had bought a house, or Derek had bought a house, sorry. And they're twins. I get them mixed up all the time. So he was giving away and like trading and stuff a bunch of his figures. And I had taken a lot of the Jedi. And I remember we had Ulic Kaldroma and Exarchon and the dude with the armor. Was that Exar with the armor? The spiky? Yeah. And I ended up saying, I kind of don't want them in my collection. Let's trade them off to this other store and get this other thing. And those were some of the ones that we traded away. And now I'm going, crap, why didn't I get those off him? I got the rest of the Jedi for my like Clone Wars Jedi era stuff, but I let the comic book ones go. And he had what was that evil girl that was in the Marvel ones? With the lightsaber. Do you remember her?
I can picture her, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
I'm thinking Lumia with the light whip, but
yeah, I was thinking that too, but I don't know if that's really her.
Or is it?
It might be Lumia.
There was Dark Woman that had the weird lightsaber that had like the handle in the middle of the blade. I don't know. Yeah. I'm blanking.
But he had one of those from the comics, and we let that one trade away also, and I wish I had it now. So yeah.
Right, my Holy Grail obviously is the DT Saber Luke, which it's achievable, I think, at a price. But at the moment, I'm just too away for the 96 Warwick and Barada, so I'm contemplating going down to Leicester because he's got a Barada down there, and they're opening on the 12th of April. So yeah, I might be going down there.
What's Barada up to these days?
I think you can get him for about 70.
Okay.
But it's sometimes over 100. So
I bought mine in a bundle at Chicago's Celebration, and he averaged, when you average him out in the bundle, I mean, he was about $60, so.
yeah, one of those movies where you know what happens.
Yeah, that's true.
I suppose it is, yeah. But yeah, but seeing it, it's just epic.
That doesn't stop me from watching it about once a month.
No.
Yeah.
We've got to him, yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, go watch Raiders. So there you go. That's the questions for today. So
Chuck, there's a snake. I hate snakes. There's a snake.
Jack.
It's just my pet snake, Reggie.
Now, have we all watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier today?
Yes, I watched that last night. Yeah,
I had lunch. Yeah,
Nice.
Right. Are we all ready for some spoilers?
Yep. Spoiler warning.
We okay with spoilers?
Yeah,
spoiler alert!
it's
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Oh, neat! Look at that one.
I have seen this.
Is that a 6-inch?
Yeah, it's a
It's a
it's in a
diamond select. Yeah.
Oh, it's a diamond. Oh, okay.
Select.
Very pretty.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice.
And they're
But-
Disney store exclusives, right?
But does that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be wearing that suit by the end of the show, though?
I
Right?
think he might. Yeah, maybe,
I
but
don't know.
Because there's not a Funko of it yet, and Funko already released quite a few
It amazes me how they've got these already.
Yeah.
Now they take a year, as we know.
Oh my gosh! Look at that one.
US agent. He's
See,
got a black suit on.
yeah,
There's
So we know-
the wing.
We knew we were going to turn bad.
yeah.
Yeah, so there's got to be
He's
a build-up
starting
figure
to
for
show
it.
signs of it in the show as well. He's just letting out a little bit of anger.
Yeah.
Bit.
Yeah, I wondered with the suit if by the end of it, because he's definitely got the U.S. agent suit. So I was like, he's going to change his name by the end of the show. Is he going to be U.S. agent? You know?
Yeah.
But he's got the wing as a Build-A-Figure part for Sam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've got Zemo
Zemo. Yep.
with his mask.
Yeah, I like that look. I like the outfit with the big woolen
Yeah.
collar.
is that
Yeah.
a changeable head or a pop-on mask that slips over his
I'm not
face?
sure.
I think it might be a face, like the Rebel Hoth Trooper.
It could be,
where-
yeah.
And it pops
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm liking the way they've changed his character to fit the comics more.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And
I hope we get a comic version of Zemo though. Also.
yeah, be nice, wouldn't it?
didn't they do one of him already in the Legends? Like long
5-6 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while ago
definitely
now.
an update. Everybody sure does come with a lot of wing parts.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of bodies.
So yeah, it amazes me that they've got these figures out already. Well, they've got them ready
Right.
Yeah.
when they can't
You'll
do
see
it.
'em.
For Star Wars.
You'll see him in the store in another, like within the month, probably. Yeah.
Because the Falcons only got what 3 episodes left?
Yeah.
Or 7
Yeah.
episodes.
Halfway through the winter, yeah, there's 6.
Yeah, and
Before
then
Bad Batch
and then-
starts.
May the 4th is Bad Batch. Yeah.
70-minute episode to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
For Bad Batch,
It's like
really?
a triple episode, yeah.
Wow.
I think what they're doing is this is a theory I had earlier today.
Marky D.
I think they're going to do the whole first arc
Yeah.
Yeah.
just at before Order 66, and then the downfall of them becoming the new A-Team.
Yeah.
And then the first episode that following Friday will be them going out and doing whatever. But that first movie will be the creation of the Bad Batch, is what we know them.
Mm.
Well, the first episode's coming out on Tuesday, and then the next one's coming out on Friday,
Friday, yeah.
and then it's going to be Fridays from then on.
Oh, Mark, that's a good question.
That is a good
Clash
one.
of the
Let's-
Titans.
Oh, yes.
I
That
love
would be
all the
awesome.
figures and the vehicle and the monster.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
That's good, I think, for me.
Or Raiders of the Lost Ark
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
with the well, the souls, and everything.
Yeah.
Mario,
Yep. Raiders.
£3,000.
Yeah. Clash of the Titans. The Raiders of the
Yeah.
Lost Ark vintage figures.
So many in there.
I want Stariors, Visionaries. I want Inhumanoids, Centurions. I mean, like for me, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, I'm about to fall down the rabbit hole of Kenner Alien.
Yeah, Aliens. But
I've seen
Aliens is
a job lot.
the good thing about
Yeah.
Alien is, yeah, there are job lots that are reasonably priced. You can get a whole bunch of the figures still on card, and they look beautiful on card. I think that those Alien figures are fantastic, and it's Kenner, you know. So
Yeah.
I really like Chris's video with the Terminator. Those are so cool. Just the different gimmicks that they have with those figures. I thought those were awesome, and it's like toys don't do that anymore. And I thought that was a very good video. And I honestly think that Terminator line would be something outside of Star Wars that I'd keep on card back.
Well, and it was very controversial at the time. I was working
Yeah.
at Toys R Us, and parents didn't like it because it was really the first kids' toy line that was pushed that was rated R.
Yeah.
The Terminator, movies were not kids.
Terminator and Alien, they were like, a lot of people were having problems with them.
Yep.
And, so, and the figures that were coming out during that era, even if you go over to like the Batman stuff and different things, they all had these gimmicks and these weird. So the figures didn't look totally accurate or the right way because they had to mold and fit the gimmick in with them. And I remember amongst the toy collecting community that I was in at that time, like a lot of people didn't like a lot of these figures because the gimmicks made them either reduced posability or they were just sculpted strange. And everybody was like, why are we wouldn't buy this crap. And I think that's why a lot of it is so still pretty affordable today. You know, but now we want those things with the gimmicks. It's funny how the thing is reversed, you know.
I would like to
they
see
don't,
Red Dead
Kenner doesn't
Redemption
put
2 figures.
stupid stuff in.
Mm.
You know,
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Just a bunch of 6-inch figures.
The figures, all the characters, all the horses in the play sets.
Yeah.
for no reason, this Terminator comes with a giant water gun that shoots water onto the white hot Terminator 1000, so that you can color change the T1000.
Wow.
And it was just
that's cool.
gimmick after gimmick to make these things to sell.
That's
White
epic
hot.
to me.
Yeah, those are cool. The packages you have are mint too. Those are beautiful. I like how, like, half the time, no matter what we talk about, he's got it in reach.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I got that right over here. Oh, it's right here by you."
True mark of a toy hoarder or collector, as we like to be called.
Yes. Oh, Darth Talon was awesome. The red Twi'lek, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yes.
We didn't. I don't think we had that one between any of us. I don't think we had that one.
Avoiding movies gets you spankings.
I should avoid movies more often.
Yeah. Never mind.
No one said hot toys. You're under cold.
Hot toys? Yes.
Hot toys?
Hashtag get Chris a hot toy. That is our mission. Chris is getting a hot toy.
Brandon had me one day. After 6 hours of streaming, he had me up against the ropes.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't been the one hosting the stream at that point, nice.
Ooh.
Oh, look at
I
that!
would have that speeder bike. Nice.
Oh,
Yes, my
Still more lifelike than the one in The Mandalorian.
Look at that.
They could
Look
have
at that, Chris.
stood him in there, and that's beautiful, though.
That
Wow.
is pretty.
I do need to do some reviews of my Hot Toys figures.
You do. Oh, look at
what is that?
Whoa!
Whoa.
His
That was,
brain just came off.
Crap.
There
He
was
is
a
like- just
deluxe
like his
version that
dad.
came out that came with a different hairpiece, so it was a little bit more in the wind. So
Oh.
you see what Luke looks like bald.
Wow.
Or as a
That's
cyborg.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, he looks like Yul Brynner from Westworld.
Right? That's what I was thinking. Yeah, one of those cyborg things.
Yeah, Westworld figures. Original Westworld, that is.
I don't know. We were throwing names around in a chat group, and one of us threw the Pegwarmers in there, but I don't remember which one did.
I threw it out there, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
Amalgamation on it.
it could have been. Yeah, it could have been Chris. I don't know, because he threw a number of good ones.
It just fits though, doesn't it? Because we're all on the shelf, apart from Jesse. Jesse's not on the shelf. He's married. But rest of us are. Never seen it.
Oh, Clink.
Oh, sorry.
It's
You know
good.
what? But I don't feel that with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I don't feel there are as many things that I need to watch as WandaVision was. You know, there's hints in there and there's stuff moving, but it's so much
pretty
more
straightforward.
plot and character stuff. It's
Yeah.
very straightforward.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think this episode today felt more like a Marvel movie than anything.
Yeah.
yeah.
getting very Marvel.
I love nothing more than hearing like the Winter Soldier sort of motif, like in the music, that sort of screaming. I just absolutely love that. I'm obsessed with it.
Did we notice what Zemo's cell number was last week?
No, I missed that.
2187.
Oh, sorry, I did say that. I forgot what it was. Yeah, did say the 2187.
Yeah.
I liked their John Wick moment in this episode where he was like, "We've got every bounty hunter on the loose for you now," and as they're going down the city,
John Wick,
as they're going through the city, like everyone's looking at them and being like,
"Yeah."
You know, like they're all getting the word. They're all getting the word on their phones. And, You know, it was very John Wick. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam will be cap in the end, definitely. I mean, that just proves it, doesn't it? I think, unfortunately. Yeah. But we still we knew anyway.
Yeah.
I think Sam just have the shield, not the name.
I mean, that could be too. Yeah.
He's got the Captain America name.
Yeah. I mean, he really only kept the name for what, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years in the comics, and then he went back to basically being the Falcon, even though he had the shield for a little bit longer, right?
Yeah, he kept that color scheme and stuff for a little while, and then
yeah.
Didn't he get experimented on with the army guy? The army guy got turned into a Falcon, didn't he? And the Falcon was experimented on, and he got the super serum in him. So that's why he became Captain America. So it might go down that road. They might not.
Yeah, they could always give him a serum because of that extra dose that's floating around. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Can't you just get a blood transfusion from somebody?
I'm assuming Zemo picked up a couple of those vials on his way out there.
They took a note. They made
or someone did.
They made us pause on those vials, and they showed there were a couple missing. So someone took a couple because they're
definitely.
See, I have this. I have a feeling that Zemo in the TV show, Zemo in the MCU, like he is going to. He wants to wipe out all the super soldiers, but I think in the end, he wants to himself turn into a super soldier, so he's the only one left. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just get that.
Right. They switched WandaVision and Falcon because Falcon got caught up in COVID, and Wanda was already pretty much done shooting, so they had to move them around.
Yeah, I see.
But there is a cameo coming. Again, I know there wasn't.
Sure, there is. Is it Reed Richards?
But Doctor Strange would either be
Mephisto.
Well, technically,
it could be Captain America, could be Chris Evans, or it could be Scarlett Johansson.
Technically, there's kind of been one every episode. I mean, Sharon Carter's part was small enough to be considered a cameo, like an extended cameo.
Yeah, she'll be back.
And then, like at the end of each episode, it's like at the end of the episode they show Zemo. Now at the end of this one, they show somebody else. You know who? It's almost like at the end of each episode, we're getting oh my gosh, look who it is. You know, join us next time. You know.
Yeah. So WandaVision was supposed to be after this. Yeah. It's all up in there. It's all supposed to link to each other. So I don't know what's happening.
Speaking of the X-Men, were we supposed to think that X with the inside the circle was the X-Men symbol?
Ooh, I don't know.
Or did you notice that on the wall in that one place?
Yeah.
It was the X.
I didn't click.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, and it looked a lot like the cartoon X symbol with the inside the circle, you know. And I'm like,
one of the X-Men could be the.
Is that just an X on the wall, or is that supposed to represent something to do with the X-Men? You know, am I reading too much into this?
Yeah,
probably.
But there was rumors that there was somebody from the X-Men coming into this, which was supposed to be before Wanda. So it made you think that Quicksilver was going to be the Quicksilver.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right.
And then I got to go back and watch it because I watched it while I was eating lunch, and I want to watch it a second time because right before this stream, my brother texted me and he's like, I just got done with, and he goes, is that really going to happen? Are they going to do like Wolverine versus Godzilla? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, Godzilla's in the universe. I didn't know he's in the MCU. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what did I miss? And he's like, their conversation on the airplane, you freaking idiot. And I'm like, I must have missed the conversation on the airplane about Godzilla being in universe.
Well, and they were riding and Sam says something about, like, you're talking about it like it's Skull Island.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
I missed that line, I guess. So I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
But it did mention Gandalf last week also.
You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
Godzilla was a Marvel comic for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, Godzilla was,
Mike is not interested in the Bad Batch because he finds it difficult to get into Star Wars animated series. Wow, you're missing out there. I mean, it's totally cool, but you are missing out.
If you can fight your way through the first season of Clone Wars, it pays off. I will say that first series rewatching it is hard.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem nowadays watching it, but I'll tell you, when it first came out and that movie was out, I did not like that movie because of the animation style, and it took me a long time. I think it was till like season 3 before I started getting into watching the Clone Wars, and then I was like, "Oh, I love this! I have to go back." And I went back and watched the movie, and then watched the first 2 seasons, and it was like, and then caught myself up. But it was like. Yeah, in the beginning, I had the same feeling. I was like, and I thought at the time I'd never get into it, but eventually I did. And now I love it. And now I love it. You know,
the original Clone Wars series that Brandon's got there. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
Absolutely. Mace Windu in that is such a badass.
Oh yeah,
he is.
Oh,
just punches through those super battle droids.
Oh yeah, yeah, amazing. So,
I just watched the first part this morning. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do a few more of those. It'd be nice.
Ow.
Yeah.
Could you just find me a Kraken under the water there somewhere? It'd be cheaper, I think.
And I know where there's a loose one and he's got it in a glass case. He's going to sell it in the case. He's like, it's $800 over at Big Red. You know.
Well, that's half off. I've already saved money. I can buy Hot Toys now.
His might have the box.
That monkey you can get in the Streets of Cairo. I think is it Streets of Cairo set?
Yeah.
There's little monkeys in it.
It should
With
come
a Marion,
with a little
you get the Marion figure in that, right? Too, don't you?
Yeah, you get the Marion figure with it, and even in the modern ones, when they redid those, the guy comes with the monkey in his figure. So that's the cheap way to go for that. You should be able to get that figure for like $10 on eBay.
Oh wow!
Bad dates.
Bad dates. Yep.
Yeah, bad dates.
Yeah, Cat.
Hey, Cat.
How many copies do you want today? She was on 4.
I'm gonna say 12.
With the hat. Yeah, he needs that little fez hat.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. It's out in the other room. My dad was looking at it, and he set it down in a weird spot. But
Hey, Vinny.
Vinny.
Hey, Vinny. We got Bailey's book today, so.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice one, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the shop Tate's near me has one in the box. It's still in the original box. It's like $2,000 or something. I'm like, oh boy.
See you, Muzza.
Hey, Daff. See you later. Thanks for dropping in.
Thanks, Muzza.
It's beautiful, Luke.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that the Hot Toys are honestly some of the prettiest figures ever. But
I'll get my life together and I'll give that one a review. I've never reviewed Hot Toys, so maybe I should go and watch some other people's reviews so I know exactly what I'm talking about. Because
check out
my review, mate.
There's a lot to go through.
I broke a hand.
I was gonna say check out JB Collection.
Yep, JB Collection. He does great stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
And again, sleeping almost got me the other day with that the 40th anniversary Darth Vader. Is that packaging is beautiful.
Well, he got it for $170 versus the $250.
Exactly.
Do it. Well, might be my first top tie. See, we got another one.
Do it.
I did learn that there is a reference or like a referral bonus where you get 2% of the sale in reward points if somebody else buys using your code.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, we got to make sure you get
Jedi
all the
Luke
points
and
then.
Endor Luke. There is a deluxe version that comes with the Endor poncho, but with the one I've got, it comes with Jedi Luke, and you can take like the tabards off and the cloak, and you can fold the white flap down, so you can have end dual Luke.
Oh, I'd have it like that, definitely.
Now, what was the buckle on that one? Is it a black buckle or the silver?
It's silver, but it's kind of dirtied up.
Yep.
So it's weathered.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll kind of want to find someone that does custom robes and replace this with a black one or just a really darker one. Or I could just dye this one perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Just so it's a little bit more Mandalorian era, but still works.
You know, it was the belt buckle that got me on the Mandalorian. Because he came in the next thing, thought, is it? And you saw everything. It was the belt buckle for me that it was Luke.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's got a light up lightsaber as well.
Oh,
neat.
You can.
Oh man.
Huh. Wow.
Oh man.
You're gonna switch out arms.
Smirking's thinking Winter Soldier hot toy.
Winter Soldier hot toy. Yes.
Yeah, that was a nice hot toy.
Yes. See, I'd have to go either Iron Man because the suit looks so cool, or Spider-Man because Spider-Man's one of my favorite Marvel characters, or Wolverine because he's.
That's where we differ, John. Is you like the suits and I like the face sculpt.
Yeah, I like the helmets and the suits. Yeah.
Yeah. The face sculpts are amazing.
See, if I going Marvel would be harder than going Star Wars because for me going Star Wars with hot toys, there's only one hot toy to get and that's Yoda. So it's like for me, Star Wars is easy. Which one would you get? Yoda. But if I was to get one Marvel, it's difficult. I'm like, I like the Iron Man suits, but then I'd like, what Spider-Man's one of my favorite characters, but I love Wolverine. So it's like,
get the Iron Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then then you got that too. You're like, okay, well, if I go Spider-Man, which suit do I get? There's 20 different suits, you know. And
they have
same with Iron Man, you know.
They have a classic like retro looking one, and then they've got the upgraded Tom Holland ones. Like
And the other thing that would happen too is if I got Iron Man, I'd be like, he looks lonely without Cap, Thor, and Hulk. I'd have to get at least Cap, Thor, and Hulk, right?
And Black Widow and Hawkeye.
And then you're like, then you go, do I expand out the whole Avengers team?
And then next thing you're in the corner crying,
Definitely. Yeah, the Black Super Soldier was a crazy reveal.
There
was a black one in the comics, though, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and his nephew he's in
the Young Avengers.
Young Avengers.
Yeah.
Right?
He's the leader of the Young Avengers now, along with Wanda and Vision's kids. They're on that team too.
Hey, Gilster.
Hey, Robert. Nice to see you. All right.
I didn't know that.
That's a cool little fact.
Oh,
very
wow.
Clever. Yeah, very clever.
Thanks, Salacious.
Thank you for that.
That's cool. Yeah. It's good little.
It's Agatha all along.
It was Mephisto all along.
It was me. I was the turkey all along.
Join me and complete your training. Yes.
Yeah. Join me.
As a hot toys collector.
No kidding.
Surely by now you must know your father can never be turned from the dark side.
Maybe I will transition about Captain America.
I don't think that would save him from Dutchy.
Sorry, Gilster.
Just shoot that guy. I know how the game ends. Just
no spoilers, Robert. I don't think
in part one,
to spoil, is there?
No, I don't think we really did.
Prequel.
It was just the spoilers for the figures that we
Yeah,
were.
Yeah.
which he might have missed the picture of the figures. Who knows?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, and I just want to know how they do it. I want to know.
I'm
how
excited
they're
to
gonna
see
do it.
how they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might have
I was
to wait.
thinking this
until
was
after
supposed to be the
Doctor
first
Strange.
series. Maybe they'd do it in this.
Yeah, I mean that could be. It doesn't matter, you know. Yeah, they could do it in any of the. They could do it in Loki. They could, you know.
And it's funny to me why they've kept Black Widow back until these have come out. It's got to
Yeah.
It's
I
got to
don't
be
know.
more than just filling seats, because I have a friend who runs a movie theater. They were overwhelmed yesterday. They were expecting 500 people at most. They had 2,300 people show up
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
for Godzilla's. And he
Yeah.
said it's the best day they've had in months. They look forward.
Godzilla's been destroying it in the box office.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they were
record
really
numbers.
looking forward to Black Widow, and now it got moved again. And now they're like, well, we don't have tons of movies.
Mm-hmm.
But
So I noticed I could get on Apple TV. I could get the new King Kong Godzilla movie for £15. But considering I haven't seen King Kong Skull Island, and I haven't seen any of the Godzillas.
Well,
Not the new ones.
you
So-
almost don't. You almost don't need to. I
Don't
mean,
need-
it pretty much stands alone. There's hints. There's hints that go back, but nothing that's critical to the story. You know.
and they do a little catch up of previously on Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
During the
Yeah.
during the opening credits, they've got sort of a catch up thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little montage.
Right.
Yeah. It's a
Because by this time it's been what
20, 30 years. or something?
years since King Kong came out, and 6 since Godzilla.
Yeah, but I mean, like
A long time for people to remember what happened in those movies.
in the timeline of the films, though, it's been since the 70s, right?
Yeah, I
30
think so.
years, 40 years, something. I don't know.
Right.
King of the
Yeah,
Monsters
they're
takes
on
place,
right now.
so-
Are they on now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
on
now on
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll watch those tonight.
I watched the first part this morning. Yeah.
I watched the first
And-
episode of Ewoks.
Yeah, I watched an episode of Ewoks. I watched the episode with the battle wagon where Wicket finds the battle
It's
wagon
not
and
good, is it?
rebuilds it.
No,
It's
no.
awesome.
We're
And then,
Voice was better than Ewoks.
Ewoks, and we're one big happy family.
And the theme song changes in the second season. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's even worse in the second season.
You don't ever beat the droids theme.
Oh,
That
I
droid
prefer the
theme
droids
is
cartoon.
horrible and awesome.
But I also love that they took the cartoon from the holiday special. They threw away the whole holiday special and just did the cartoon, and it's awesome. I rewatched that this morning too.
It's nice to see it. That's when it's not on like a ripped VHS tape.
Yes, yeah,
Like, it's nice and clean.
Yeah,
like it's
that's
still.
true.
yeah, and not
That's
cut into
true.
2 different parts. You know, yeah.
Yeah, because I think I had the holiday special. Droid.
I
On Ewoks.
mean, that guy.
I got that one.
There
Yeah,
he is.
DVD.
cool.
Oh,
I
nice.
wish I had the Black Series figure of this.
I know that would be cool.
I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't collect it that time.
Well, you do know there's a Hot Toys version.
Yeah, there
I
is.
know
Yeah.
that one. I'd like that one too. There is.
Well,
They should make the dinosaur he comes on.
I
Oh,
know,
that'd
right?
be
That's so
dinosaur.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Papa
Um,
Gord's friend, who does all that 3D printing, could probably print one for the 3 3/4 inch figures.
Yeah, true.
Ah.
No, the Clone Wars movie. Well, wait a minute.
It's the first 3 episodes, is it?
There's like one episode from season 2. Then you watch the movies. There's a bit of hopping and skipping
Yeah.
through the first 1, 2, and a little bit of the
There's a couple
third
episodes
season.
from
You got to
season
jump
5
around a
that
little
belong
bit,
to
but
season 2. If you go
It's never been
online and
easier.
put Clone Wars watch order, it'll give you all the
Yeah.
episode numbers that you're
Wow.
supposed to watch them in. Because I don't know why they did that. Somewhere in the middle of season 3 was when they go through and they introduce 5s and they introduce everybody. Well, we already know all about them by then.
Beginning of
Yeah.
season
Yeah.
3 is where
Yeah.
they introduce the ARC troopers. Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
little bit messy. But it's never been easier to do with Disney Plus because I remember changing discs and having to do it with DVDs, and it's just that was such a laborious task.
Yes.
Yeah. But
They
there
should have a
are
little button like they do the Marvels where you can just watch them in chronological order, and
Yeah.
it should automatically reshuffle them to what you should watch.
yeah. Well, it's like should or whatever, but I mean, like it was cool to watch them in order as they came out, and then have those gaps filled in. Oh, this is taking place before. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's going back and but yeah, there are websites that list the chronological order of how to watch them and how to fit in, and you can even fit in the Genndy Tartakovsky. Like if you watch the most of Part 1, Volume 1, then do Dave Filoni's Clone Wars in its entirety, and then watch most of Disc 2, Volume 2. It's almost like those end cap. They're like end caps for the Filoni Clone Wars.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and we talked about it a little
Filoni
bit.
ones don't contradict a ton. They just don't have like Urge isn't in the other series.
Yeah.
But
and Asajj dies in the Tartakovsky one. Like
that's true.
Spoilers.
Which is why you watch it after you've watched Filoni's, because she's alive at the end of Filoni's Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So you watch Gendy's Part 2 where she dies in Part 2.
True.
You know.
And then you can go and read Dark Disciple 3 or 4 times because it's amazing.
Yeah.
I wish that Dark Disciple was on film. You know.
Yeah, that was meant to be 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot Toys.
Hot Toys. Television Hot Toys.
Well, it's not like they couldn't go back and if Disney really wanted to in a Justice League sort of way and film and animate that.
I hope they do someday because
Yeah.
I don't like seeing the end of a character in a book.
Yeah.
If a character's going to die, it's got to be on film. I got to see it.
Yeah.
Animated or whatever. I don't.
Good character like that, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
And
Good character arc.
who was it that just said that they weren't crazy about the Bad Batch, but they're starting to get into it? Because that is exactly me. Like when I first watched the season 7, it was that first arc, and I was like, get to Anakin, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, those characters, Darth Maul, and I didn't even give them a chance. I was just like, oh, I don't care. But now I'm super excited for Bad Batch.
Yeah, they
I'm
really
more
like
excited
filler
now I know
episodes.
it's the A-Team.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's all I wanted.
Yep.
They're on the run for a crime they didn't commit.
So what I'm
get on
getting, what I'm getting from the previews is that basically we're going to start out where Tarkin is evaluating, like sort of like when the group gets put together and Tarkin's evaluating their performance.
Yep.
So that's before Order 66.
Yeah.
And then is it after Order 66 that he says I want them destroyed and he sicks the other clones after him?
I would think so.
Yeah.
You're going to see that split into 2 halves, sort of. Where
Gotcha.
the first bit is them kind of coming back and being trained a little bit before they go to season 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe.
But isn't Echo? But Echo's in the training room.
Oh, that's true. So it could be after season 7, and they're reevaluating whether or not they're going to use them at all going forward.
Gotcha.
And then the war ends, and they don't need them anymore.
And it's like we need them dead.
Gotcha.
No, I think because
see.
they're genetic mutations, they don't have
They
the
might
chip
not be
to go
chipped.
off. Yeah,
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
and
Echo's
they're
was
shown
removed.
hanging out with. They're shown with Rex too in the trailer. So
I saw that. Yeah.
So
And I saw
Rex-
Saw Gerrera
yeah,
too. I saw Saw Gerrera
Yeah.
in the trailer too.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
And Fennec Shand. And
Yep, Fennec Shand.
was that Fennec Shand? That was Fennec Shand?
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah, it's her.
I
helmet.
thought so, but I wasn't 100%. Okay,
And
cool.
Ming Na has been like,
She's doing the voice?
I believe so. And then she was super excited. She even retweeted something. I think she retweeted the trailer and was like, I love the animation. And like, so yeah.
Forget Anakin, then I need a Rex, and I need an IG-11.
See what
And
I
of
mean?
course,
Sometimes
Ahsoka is still alive. There's a slim chance Ahsoka could show up in a like second season or something of the Bad Batch as it gets closer and closer to Rogue One, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially with Rex, with us seeing Rex in there, she's always staying in contact with him.
Well, and since Rex survives all the way through to Return of the Jedi,
I hope they show like Rex finding Commander Wolf and
Gregor.
Gregor.
Gregor, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see those two show up.
Super cool.
That's right, because they kind of go into they must go into exile at some point on that
Yeah,
planet. And
They
then
go fishing
Rebels,
for big worms. Yeah.
and then the Rebels guy finds them on that planet. Yeah, that's right.
Because this all takes place, as far as we know, about 12 years before Rebels.
Would it be? Okay.
Because Ezra and Luke are born on Empire Day.
Same day. Yeah.
And they're all about, 12 to 15-ish in the Rebels, I think. So, because that's how old Leia was.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
told her age in Rebels. So,
No, I haven't said that. No spoilers.
you can talk pretty broadly about it.
We're not doing spoilers.
Yeah, I don't think we really have given
spoilers for the end of the series.
Darth Crate. Yeah.
Darth Crate would be a good one.
We kind of knew what was going to happen anyway.
Oh, I just finished Claudia Gray's book there, Brandon.
Into the Dark?
Just yesterday I finished it, yeah.
Yes, we need to.
Wow.
It's a good book. I
need to
enjoyed
get-
that one myself.
I need to get Jesse and John on and talk about High Republic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris, have you been getting into High Republic?
No, not at all.
Okay.
That's going to be my gateway in, though. I'm going to read her book because I love all her books.
Yeah.
I haven't written any Star Wars book that I haven't been like, this is
Right.
Bloodline was so good, and Lost Stars, and they're great books, and so that'll be my gateway into the High Republic.
I really liked the end, Brandon, that last I guess the epilogue chapter or whatever, the last chapter. Wow.
Mhm.
That has some serious implications.
Mark. Oh,
Man after my own heart, there, Mark.
the lady shelf. The lady hot toy shelf.
With the High Republic, I think I've just been turned off by its marketing so badly. It just can't be Star Wars. It has to be something else, and it's driving me nuts that every character has to be some sort of message without being like, can't you just be a Star Wars character? That's going on.
What do you mean? What message does Geode send? What message does the Trandoshan Jedi send, who's got one arm? I guess because he's got one arm, he sends a message that even handicapped
see you,
people
Clink.
can be Jedi.
Hey, Papa.
Hey, Papa.
Which that's got to be hard to. I
Hey.
wonder, do you have to use your? I mean, all Jedi's. I think that's the way they show us visually that they're using the Force. But couldn't you just do that by using the Force because if
You don't have to do the
do you have to do the push?
I don't think
I
so.
think that just provides focus. That's like
Yeah.
Channels the because I mean everything's based off of some sort of like form of martial art and like energy work from
Your chi.
So, yep.
Yeah.
You think of
Yeah, so
Vader in
I'm wondering
Empire
how
when
that
he's just
character would
standing there with
use-
his lightsaber and he's just he's just doing this and he's just hurling stuff at Luke from all sorts of directions.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, he doesn't
Terry.
go like this. He doesn't do the
Yeah, but it
where
looks cooler when someone does like that.
Yeah. Where
Especially if you like Christopher Lee and you just reach up and grab a ceiling and smash it on people.
Yeah. But that's how powerful Vader is, though. He doesn't have to. He's just like, woo, 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 woo,
Oh, nice. Oh.
That's something I need for my cabinet. Is some
There's some videos coming.
Yeah, look forward to them.
Yeah, every time I go to IKEA, I buy a bunch of those little tiny round spotlights that plug in. I've got a bunch of them around here that I still got to install.
Oh, I'd like a cap. Captain America.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but then if you have Cap, do you need Bucky?
Yeah,
You need Falcon to go. You need Falcon to go next
Yeah,
to
I need
him.
Falcon. Or I need an Iron Man for them to do Civil War poses with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like, when you have Ahsoka, you want Rex, and
And I'm not
you kind of
getting
want Cody if you've got Obi-Wan, and
yet.
If you have Obi-Wan, you need Anakin. And
and then you've got Rex.
And if you've got Obi-Wan, you need Qui-Gon. And
Yep.
Hey, Palpatine.
if you've got Ahsoka, you need Maul.
And with the following code, Brandon can get 2% off his next figure.
Times 10 because we're all getting.
You gotta find that, Brandon, and put it at the bottom of all your videos.
Oh, there we go. Watto, yeah.
Oh, what a cameo! Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't meet, did they? So
Annie,
I can't-
little Annie, it is you.
Yeah,
Republic
they would have
British
never
Shield.
met.
Don't work on me, only money.
So he could wander into Mos Espa, and
Yeah.
he's still running some sort of Sanford and Son junk shop. And
I hope Watto's got like a hover chair now because he's
Right.
just so old that his
Yeah.
wings don't work, and he's got to have a little wheelchair sort of thing,
Got
space
one
wheelchair.
bad squinty eye, and he's just.
I got a couple of guys that owe me money. Can you help me with a couple of guys that owe me money?
I still need to finish Bloodline.
Bloodline's
I love
very good.
Bloodline.
It's the only Claudia Star Wars book I haven't read yet.
That's a good one.
I need
Some
to
nice
get my-
tie-ins.
there we
There's
go.
some nice tie-ins with that to Into the Dark. So there's
Yeah.
I've heard that. I read something about the. Oh, that's Nate. Hey, Nate.
See, now that I've read the 2 books, I want to have some figures. I want to have some action figures of certain characters, and I want to see them. I just.
Maybe you'll get him
Yeah.
now that
I
we have
wanna-
that novel wave of figures coming.
I want a Black Series Loden Greatstorm. He just sounds
Oh,
like a
or
really
right.
cool Jedi, Twi'lek Jedi.
Buryaga, the Wookiee.
Yes.
I'd love a Jedi Wookiee figure.
Princess Ezor.
Yeah, you just know the Marchion Row would make a great figure too.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. A lot of
Any
those.
of the Nihil,
Nihil would
they
look
got
cool.
some really interesting looks.
Yep.
And
I've not seen
Geode.
the Suicide Squad trailer yet. It's not something that really interests me.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to
Make
go
Black
back.
Series Geode 0 POA.
I can get you one again.
He's
Could go
got
another garden.
arms. He's got arms.
25 points of articulation. Where?
He uses he uses controls on the ship. They actually have a line in the book saying he hits the buttons and sends it into hyperdrive. So how would he do that if he's just a rock?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that the Rock has arms. Now, in Rise of Skywalker, the engineer on the Millennium Falcon doesn't have any arms.
That's true.
Claude.
He's just a slug.
Claude. Yep.
Yes.
Claude.
Or
Claude,
maybe,
yeah.
The Herculoid thing, he kind of grows them or something. But
It's
I
those
just like the
little-
idea that he pokes it with his head or something.
Yeah, those little pokey things that are sticking out of his head.
His
He's like,
antenna?
yeah.
that'd be awesome. I love the Suicide Squad trailer.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah,
James Gunn, I trust.
I grew up as a DC fan. All the comics I used to read all the DC comics. Batman,
Those-
Superman.
those
I
are
didn't
cool,
read
Brandon.
Marvel. The only Marvel I read was Star Wars. But now I'm not really bothered about DC. Man.
Once again, I'm getting tricked into wanting to see a DC movie because the trailer's so good. But James Gunn, I think he'll be great.
I think James Gunn would have done a good job with it. I think.
Yeah.
And how can you go wrong with John Cena walking around? If this whole planet was covered in dicks, I'd eat every dick for freedom.
That's funny.
This may be Cena's perfect role.
Yes.
yeah. Shadows of the Empire. Yep.
Good call.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Prince Shizor, yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm
There you go. Brandon's got it.
upset that they don't do like the audiobook is abridged. They won't do the full because I remember that full thing being like a production. It was like laser guns, explosions, sounds. They had different actors for different parts.
Right.
It
And
was an old style radio play, basically.
Yeah, and that version is not available anymore. It's like they just said, "Sorry, you're not getting it," and you get an abridged 3-hour version read by one person. And
Did you
it's-
check out that one on YouTube where they've animated it?
Oh, that's
I
right. You
haven't.
told me about that. I got to look that up. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not brilliant, but it's all right. Hey, Tina.
Hey, Tina.
How are you doing?
Star Wars cat lady.
Good to
Yes.
see you again.
Tina loves poking fun of me during my alien streams.
I'll have to get going in a few minutes, guys. I've got some things to do. It's nearly
problem.
9 o'clock Saturday morning, so but that's all right.
Yeah.
No
Yep.
problem.
I'll try and drag it out as much as I can.
Yeah.
Now, is the Outrider and Dash still canon?
Well, they were in.
In episode
They're
4?
They're in Star Wars. Yeah.
Okay. I know Outrider is. Are we considering that Dash is driving then?
I would guess so. Why not?
Hey, Disney, all things are possible. Because they do mention Princess Ezor's race, at least, in season 7 of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And they show
They
them in
showed them.
Rebels.
They were
right?
in season.
Yeah,
they were in
they
season
showed
5 too.
Yeah.
So,
And Savage kind of took most of their heads off, but
That's right. Yep, that one. Yeah.
threw the lightsaber across the table and lop 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 lop.
It's like
Heads were
every time
rolling.
those guys show up, I keep thinking, are we going to see Zizor? Is Zizor in there? So but they don't specifically have him.
All right.
Well, it's in the Clone Wars, wasn't it?
It wasn't specifically him. It was just his race. His character.
Yeah, the
racing,
Faline.
he was dressed a lot like him.
There
Yeah,
was one
yeah.
that was. Yeah, there was one that was
Yeah.
dressed a lot like him, but
In my head canon, it wasn't.
I think we might have been getting him in Solo 2, because that would who Maul would have been answering to him in the Black Sun.
Yes.
And so maybe in Solo 2, we might even run into him in Lando.
Yeah,
That'd be
hopefully.
yeah, we could.
Now, does anybody want a badge? Anybody need a badge?
I love the
yeah,
bar,
the giveaway.
especially
The
who's
giveaway,
John?
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
it was pointed out to me by Brandon that this was posted on the 1st of April. So, is this correct? Is this correct? It does say when they get to 100,000 followers, and they've got 22.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, that's a long way away.
Go to Entertainment Earth, so they're at like almost 80,000, and that's who's giving it away. That was Yak.
Oh, yes, sorry.
tweeting
Yes.
it.
It's Entertainment Earth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And you do have to suggest
right.
3 people, 3 of your
Right,
friends, in
yes.
the chain letter,
My bad.
get them to 100,000.
Yes. So then they're almost at 80,000.
But the other thing too is that like the rules say that you just have to retweet. It says follow and retweet for your chance to enter. But if you click on the website where they're tracking the people, if you don't sign into that website and verify your follow and retweet, it'll still say you have 0 entries, even if you've already done it. So so you've got to click that link and actually like verify that you've done it.
I have no
Because
idea.
I think that's neither do I. Neither do I. But if I win it, I won't complain. But I absolutely will not. I won't even have anywhere to put the box. It'll be sitting on the floor in the living room, blocking our hallway. That's what'll happen because there's nowhere to put it. Yeah.
I'd like that, Michael. Where they look like the books with like a golden spine and the High Republic lettering and stuff like that.
Well,
That'd
they've
be
done
really cool.
so much character work on those for the little videos and stuff they do.
Yep.
You know there has to be some sort of, and maybe that's what this novel series is that we're getting from Black Series is preparing us for. Is in the next series is like 3 or 4, and they're all from the High Republic. And then the next one is another one from Heir to the Empire, or the Jedi Academy, or the X Squadrons. That maybe.
That'd be cool. They are Black Sun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Ish.
Um,
Oh gosh, I remember playing.
just want to show these as well. It's quite exciting.
I love the new
Yes, yeah.
New covers.
Neat.
I don't own Shatterpoint, so that's one I'm definitely going to get.
Yep.
But that Path of Destruction looks, that
That
All
does
the
look
artwork looks
cool.
amazing, but that Darth Bane cover looks so good.
Wow.
Are they doing all the books then? The old books, redoing them?
The Essential Legends collection. So it's amazing what they're doing now.
It looks like they're going to make their way through them.
Yeah.
Well, did they have all 3 of that trilogy? Because they got Heir to the Empire, but not
Oh, I'm
the other
guessing
2,
they'll.
you know?
I'm guessing
Yeah.
they'll do that.
Yeah.
They will,
They'll-
yeah, they
yeah.
won't just do the one, will they?
Same with the Bane trilogy. They'll get there, I think.
Yeah, right. The
I
Bane
think I
trilogy.
read somewhere there were 10 of them that they were redoing, so that would be 3 Heir to the Empires and a couple here and there.
It's a good way to get some old books back out on the shelves. I finally just bought Darth Plagueis last week.
Oh, that's such a good book.
I read that on a digital book back when it came out, and then I think I read it 3 or 4 times, but I never actually physically got a copy. So I finally did that last week. So it's a nice addition to the shelf.
Yeah, and when Thrawn's out of everything, lizards. Is that what that smell is?
Yeah.
Well, someone was cutting onions.
Yeah, I hadn't seen those until you just brought those up. That's awesome.
Death Bane trilogy. It is good.
Yeah.
Yes, don't get me started on that one. Yes.
I ordered one.
The thing is, they must have had that figure lying about for a different line. There you go. Because he doesn't even look like him.
No.
No, not like this cover. No.
No.
And he doesn't even look like the
No.
Galaxy of Adventures one that his box is based on.
No.
Mm.
He looks like a photorealistic version of what that character would look like.
They could have timed it better and released him for Easter.
In issue 9,
Yes, exactly.
on the cover of issue 9, there's a drawing on the cover of issue 9 where it does look like that head sculpt. So I have a feeling that whoever did the head sculpt was referencing comic book issue number 9.
Well, and if you think about it, they did the Rebels figures and they changed them to make them look more realistic than what the art style was for Rebels. So I can see why they would do that.
Mm.
Mark's right. They should have. I mean, yesterday was supposedly, Boba Fett release day and all this other stuff at Target. They should have thrown him out as an Easter thing, as the first of this wave of figures, just like those god awful holiday figures they made for Christmas of the Stormtroopers.
Holiday Troopers.
Yeah, that everybody bought. I own one.
Yeah, Google it, and then you can get your collection sorted out. Have them all.
Aaron, I'll send you a link to a database that has all the Legends and current canon books in order of release date and when they take place in the timeline.
I do need to get all the Star Wars weeklies. Really do.
There's that.
What you will.
There's that book that has all the weeklies in it. Yeah, that's a nice book.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh wow, it's a sidekick, huh?
Look at that.
Yeah.
And you can see in the background on that end cap,
Yeah.
that's the WWF end cap.
Yeah.
That's how Walmarts around me are getting figures now. They're only getting them in side caps and end cap displays.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
In fact, while I was hunting yesterday, I went to 2 different Targets, and neither of them actually have Star Wars in the aisle anymore. There's not actually a planogram spot for Star Wars in Target anymore. Because I had them look, and that's where I got my grief at. And I was like, I need more of these. And she said, well, they should be right here. And somebody was reworking that area, and they had the new planogram, and the new planogram does not have Star Wars on it. So it's either permanently moving to possibly to the collection area where NECA is, or it's moving to a permanent end cap.
Well, that's what I was saying about the Walmart near me got rid of the whole Hasbro stuff. There's no Marvel Legends section. There's no Star Wars. Yeah.
Jumps right into it. They're going to stop ordering them because they're just not sending anything.
I think it was Destination Stone put out a video today. There's a Walmart there that literally that entire aisle could be condensed to probably 4 feet. Just gaping 12-foot holes, and they're like, what is this? What?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Toy aisles are exactly like that down here in Australia, Chris. It's just, there's empty pegs everywhere. You could condense everything down to about 2 aisles from 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just there's no sign of anything ever coming back out. You know, if things are on clearance, there's just the most random assortment of just rubbish toys. There's just nothing out there for the collector anymore.
And
Yeah.
really, at most Targets and Walmarts, if there wasn't any Minions, those Hasbro
That's right.
ugly, thin Marvel figures, and like Toy Story and He-Man and Skeletor, there wouldn't be an aisle. That's the only thing keeping that aisle. They're all placeholders. They're all Pegwarmers just sitting there. But at my Targets, people are starting to buy all that stuff too because they've got birthdays. You have to buy stuff, and that's all there is to buy.
Yeah. Ridiculous. It really is. I mean, I went to the Asda the other day, and they've not restocked the shelves for like 6 weeks. So I tweeted out to them, and I said, "What's going on?" And they said, "Oh, which store was it? Blah blah blah." Give me all the,
Yeah.
the usual responses. Oh, we'll let you know when they restock. And is there anything you want specifically? I says, "No, I just want to see toys on the shelves."
I was at a Walmart yesterday, and they had 5 pallets of toys on the floor they were working. And I asked it, "Is it okay if I kind of look around?" She was like, "Yeah, that's fine, but there are no action figures, and there's no die cast in there." And he said, "For the last 3 trucks, we've got nothing but board games and a little preschool and mostly girls' toys, and that's all they've gotten for the past 3 or 4 trucks."
Wow.
It's just
And he was like, "I don't know why."
corporate sense.
How much of it was on that? How much of it was on that boat that got stuck in the canal?
Right?
of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Well, it's so
Yeah,
few stuff
that'll be
that
the next excuse, won't it?
there's so few stuff that the last time I was there, I had to get a plesiosaur.
My boat was on there, I think.
And he swims. Look at that.
Well, what's bad is at that Target that was doing that remod, they had already started putting the Jurassic Park stuff on clearance, including the Amber collections they had, because it's not on this new mod. So the little bit of toys they do have, they're even going to mark down in clearance and get rid of because that's what the mod tells them to do.
Yeah.
And it's like the guy who was doing it was like, I don't know. We don't have any of this stuff to put here. But the mod has to go down by the first.
I got to go down to the pool and go in the swimming pool with this thing.
Loch Ness Monster.
Yep. Scare all the retired people in my area. Roar.
I'm going to need about 350. Down, you Loch Ness Monster.
I'm gonna
Come in
need
here
about
and buy all our Black Series figures.
I'm gonna need about 350.
Loch Ness Monster stole my tree fitty.
Yeah, it looks like Hasbro are just moving everything online, and they don't care about retail. But it's
like,
isn't it? But
what's fascinating to me though is that like you got places like Dorkside and Big Bad Toy Store and Star Action that can order like 5,000 of each figure, but yet Walmart and Target will have 0 in every store. Like, they might get 10,000 of each figure, but they're sending 1 to each store. You know what I mean? So, but it's like when Dorkside, Big Bad, and Star get 5,000 for their one thing that they're doing, it makes a difference because we can all order from them and basically get stuff.
Hey, Mark, can you put that picture back up of the side cap with the Black Series figures on it?
Now you're asking.
He's got to find it again.
That one.
Yeah.
See, I can find anything.
Okay, so
that's 16 figures.
8. Yeah, there's actually 24 because there should be 3 there's 3 facings of each figure.
Oh, okay.
So there's 24. So that's actually not too bad. I thought there might have only been 16, but that's not too bad. But whoever took this picture bought every single one of those after they took the picture.
Sarge's gone.
Yeah. And then that side cap's gone, and now they don't have anything to put there.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they won't get a second one.
No.
They never get doubles of those side cap things and stuff. Yeah.
The dinosaur.
Thank you.
I've been watching anything on TV lately. I know we all watch YouTube instead of TV, but I've just been
Pretty
watching
much.
The Irregulars.
Yeah, I was going to just say that, Mark. I was going to say the
Yeah,
Irregulars.
it's
'cause
really good.
I'm a Sherlock fan, and
Yeah,
I
me too,
really
yeah.
love. I mean, I love the different versions from like Elementary with was that Michelle Yeoh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Mhm.
And now
Yes.
we had that other
Fantastic.
weird one that was like sort of from a different angle, and now we've got this one, the Irregulars,
Yeah,
which
it's
is also
really
from a different
totally
angle.
different, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's really cool. I like that they finally found Sherlock. That's where I got to. Have you got that far yet?
I'm on episode 4.
Okay, you're almost there. Yeah,
I'm almost.
'cause I think
I
I'm
wanna
on.
start
I think
that.
I just
haven't. I'm
just
a
got
huge
Minecraft.
Sherlock fan.
I think I just
Sherlock
finished
Holmes?
episode 5 or something. So you're almost there. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. It's not very historically accurate, but
No, it's got supernatural weirdness, man.
yeah,
That's really,
if you can
which
look
is-
past that bit, it's all right.
No, I think it's cool. I love it. Yeah, I love my supernatural stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you
It's
know,
funny, I don't know who it's supposed to be for, because it's some parts it's like for children,
Yeah,
and then
In
some
other-
parts it's very graphic and very
it's
violent.
very graphic and violent for adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's the other thing too is sometimes it's like for the supernatural fans, like people who were fans
Yeah.
of the Supernatural TV show, right?
Mhm.
Literally. And then other times it's for fans of Sherlock Holmes, you
Yes.
know? So it's like
I feel that it could be a modern show. They
Yeah.
could change it to a modern show. It is a modern show, but they've had to set it in the past because
Yeah.
they've got Sherlock Holmes in it.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, do 'cause
yeah, I
it's-
haven't started watching it, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
yeah.
Oh, it's cool.
And I like any
it.
of the weird Sherlock Holmes, like that it's actually Mrs. Hudson who's doing all this stuff, or
Who's
the
doing it,
Moriarty
yeah.
novels
Yeah.
are really cool.
Yeah.
So it's set out that Dr. Watson is a bad guy.
It's it leans that way, but I'm
Yeah.
still not sure. We'll see.
Yeah.
I've just been catching up on the movies leading up to Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah. I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know that too.
I've just been watching a lot of 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
I just caught up, and now I'm 47 episodes behind of what's that? House of Games. Richard Osman's House of Games. I'm like 40-some episodes behind on that, but I've been watching Vera, so I've been catching up on the new season of Vera. I was behind on that.
See, I watched that oddball. The guys who did Rick and Morty are doing those aliens. I binged that whole series.
Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites. That's it.
Yeah,
I just went straight through that. I
It's pretty
couldn't
funny.
stop laughing, and I just went right to the next episode.
Yeah.
And just kept going.
Yeah.
His whole
Have you ever
bit
seen-
with the Wookiee ears. Did you see that one, Brandon?
You sent it on the
Yeah. Where he's
the
like
group.
he asks his friend to monitor the situation, and then it just throws all haywire. And he goes, "Tell me the truth. Did you skip out on your watch duties and go to Disney World?" And he's like, "No." And he's wearing Mickey ears that have Wookiee things out of it. And he goes, "I got them at Target." He goes, "I know for a fact they don't sell those at Target."
Have you anybody seen the show Would I Lie to You? UK
Oh yeah,
panel show.
yep.
When,
I love that show.
When Bob Mortimer's on it. Oh,
Yeah,
he's hilarious. He's bringing an autobiography out later in the year, and it's got all these stories in it. I can't wait to read that.
I won't read it, but I will get the audio version because I'd love to hear him read it to me because
Yes.
you never know what he's saying. It's obviously a lie, but
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah, because he does a podcast. He does a soccer podcast.
I tried watching that fishing show of his, and I just couldn't get into it.
Can you not?
No, I
love that.
probably tried a couple episodes though, so I might have to try back.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It is brilliant. It's just so relaxing. It's like it's a fishing show, but it's not a fishing show. You know what I mean? I don't like fishing, but yeah.
You gotta
Just
go,
watching him.
Jesse. Are you?
I
gotta
will.
go?
I will. Yeah, very momentarily. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just he kind of looks like he's pacing. He's got a tiger trapped in a cage,
Yeah, like I gotta go, but I want
Gotta
to
go
stay.
to
Yeah,
It's
just
early in
gotta
the
go, but I
morning,
wanna-
and I sit down for too long. I get fidgety.
yeah. Whenever you
just
need
me.
to go, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
I also watched an episode of that. So you know the kid from Stranger Things with the curly hair.
Yeah.
Finn Wolfhard.
He does a parody show, or what do you call it? Like when people are caught on camera.
A candid camera joke show.
Yeah, candid camera thing. Yeah, but I watched an episode of his show, and he takes it to the extreme. Like this, there was an alien that came out of this thing, and like the people who were in it believed it was a real alien, and they started freaking out. And I'm going, "Are you serious?" You know, like, and I was like, he completely freaked the hell out of these people. Like they were scared to death and on the edge of like crying and just going crazy, and like they truly believed they were about to be abducted by real aliens. It was like, and then he comes out and goes, "This is all fake, guys. It's like they're actors." And he takes off his mask, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" So I want to watch a few more episodes because I'm like, how many people does this kid traumatize for the rest of their life? You know, like.
David does it. Had a hissy fit in the start. We've all done it. Don't worry
I
about it.
would've.
We've all done it.
I drove all that way for a Boba Fett, and they didn't have it.
Yeah.
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 I was
we've all
gonna
done it.
drive 2 hours one way, so 4 hours total to go see if I could get some stuff at Target, Walmart, or GameStop. But then I was just like, no, because they're not gonna have it.
It's gonna
And I
be
checked
empty.
online, and it was all out of stock anyway. So I'm glad I didn't.
All right, guys, I'm going to bounce, but thank you. Appreciate
Jesse.
having me on.
Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you.
Jesse.
Thank you.
We'll catch up with you soon.
Have a good
Yeah.
day.
See you, Jesse.
See you
Guys.
Bye,
soon.
Jesse. What really
Hey,
bothered
as
me
well.
about the Boba Fett thing was, like, what was it, the 28th or 29th? Like, somewhere around there, I was at a store, and they had a whole case of them. And the guy that I know that does the toy section, Joe, was putting them out.
Yeah.
And the case was on his cart to go out. And I said, "Can I take one of these?" And I opened the box and took one out, went to the register, we rang it up, and it said, "We cannot sell it till April 1st.
Yep.
So she took it, and I told Joe, and Joe's like, "Well, I got to put the whole case in the back then. I didn't see the date. I missed it." So, but he's like, "Just come back on the 1st and you'll get it." You get there at the moment the store opens, you're one in, and they're all gone. He's like, "I don't know where they went." Joe's like, "They're gone." They were, yeah.
Mhm.
So someone was able to buy that. There was 8 of them in the case. So someone bought the whole case before the store opened on
Yep.
April 1st. So
Employees.
it's
Well,
like,
that's why people are wondering, why are there Jar Jars everywhere? Because they come 8 to a case.
yeah,
That case Jar Jar should never have been released. It should have been released with 5 Boba Fett's in a case and 3 Jar Jars in a case.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
2 deluxe
Yeah.
figures, and then Jar Jar would still be a peg warmer, but
Hey,
it
now.
wouldn't be as bad.
Hey, now. I love the figure. It's a great figure.
I
You
think
can
so
get
too.
them now at Target for $20.03.
When they go on clearance in my area, I'm going to buy 1 or 2 more just to have, because
Yeah, I'm definitely going to buy another
like
one to
them.
open. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful figure, it really is.
it is. Yeah.
But now I've gotten 3 in less than a couple months because I've gotten the deluxe one I paid full price for, and then I'll get the one on the card that's coming from Best Buy later today, and then I'll buy one on clearance to open.
Gotcha.
So
I
That
skipped
too
the
much
one on
work.
card just because it was a little more expensive and I already had them. So I skipped the one on card.
The
That's awesome.
where was it filmed, Terry?
That's cool.
Because I recognise some of the buildings in it. It'd be nice to know where it was filmed.
oh, Letterkenny. There's a great show.
Yep.
I appreciate you, Dave.
What's that one?
It's a
Canada.
Canadian show.
Is it?
Very Canadian comedy. If you like
Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys or the Red Green Show, stuff like that. It's not quite SCTV weird, but it is a very funny and dry comedy.
I used to watch the shorts that they did, and I found those more entertaining. I couldn't get into the show, and part of that, I watched some with my dad, and he's like, "This isn't funny," and he's Canadian.
Canadian. Like, that's a real country. Well, and it's
I
not
also-
like, I don't understand how Target makes this mistake all the time. Funko does it too. There are big stickers on the side of the box or printed on the box that say, "Do not put this out till this day."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're generally in a different color than the box.
Scouts.
And you know, I get that you're working a pallet and you got to move stuff, but
Well, what I think they do
Hey,
is
Robert.
like Joe doesn't pull that pallet. When he comes to work, someone else had pulled that onto a cart. And they
Mhm.
just pull everything and scan it out of the back room and stick it on the cart. And then they go, well, Joe will look at the dates. He's the one who has to do it.
yeah,
So he wheels that whole cart out to the store, out of the section. And then people like you and me go, oh, it's on the cart. Can I have these? You know, so he might have realized it when he got to the box and went, oh, but since I got there first, I just assumed the date didn't matter and it was going to ring up at the register.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that
You
is
bought
a
a
big
Jar Jar and rung it up twice.
well,
So
this,
there's your scalp perch, Tina.
Oh, see
Ah,
why we can't have nice things.
yes.
yeah.
We've got to the
Root of
soul.
the problem finally.
Yeah,
But
it's
with
Tina.
Kohl's, you have to play the game. Because with Kohl's, the first time you buy, you're going to be paying like $4 or $5 more than the regular retail at another store. But what you got to do is you got to save the Kohl's cash because you
Kohl's
get
cash.
Kohl's cash, and then when you come back, you use the Kohl's cash, and it makes it the same and sometimes a little bit less than the retail at a regular store. But when you do that, you'll get more Kohl's cash for the next visit. So you always have to remember to use your Kohl's cash and keep the spiral going to let it stay at your regular retail, sometimes even a little less than regular retail.
England's?
My mom got caught in that Kohl's Cash conundrum.
Loop? Yeah, you got to stay in the
that
loop.
never ends.
Yeah, you got to stay in the loop. That's the only
Yeah.
way it works. Yeah.
The Letterkenny, they're doing a live act. Well, they were supposed to. They were doing a live production that was going to go on stage, which I don't see how they do it. If you watch the outtakes, they break themselves up constantly. But unfortunately, the Coof took them out. They were supposed to be here last year at about this time.
Hey, Pete.
Yes, it is Tina's fault.
Oh, Tina's fault.
It was Tina's fault all along.
Yeah, it was Tina all along.
Pete's updated his name. It now says Theme Parks and Toys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Doing some
Theme
park
parks.
reviews. Yeah.
Awesome. I love theme park reviews.
That is
Yeah, me
intriguing.
too.
I watch
Now we're
some days,
opening up
if I
again.
can't find a live stream to watch. I watch, some of the people just walking around live streaming from the park.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's lots up the shop.
I was thinking because I've got like $600 worth of Lego credit,
Oh, Jesus.
and I was thinking of live streaming the Lego store and having people in the live stream decide which Lego I buy with
That's
the
a good
money.
idea.
That'd be
And
awesome.
then we come home and a different day we'll do a live stream of putting the one you guys chose, putting it together.
That'd be awesome.
I have such a hard time collecting Lego because I love the boxes, but I don't have any space to put the Legos.
Right? Once you build them, yeah.
Like I have all
I need
kinds of
some of
Star
those
Wars
buildings.
Legos.
I need to build some of those.
Yeah.
buildings.
And see, I have all kinds of space up here that I could hang my ships from, which is mostly what Star Wars is anyway, and what I own.
Yeah.
But what I really want to own is I want the Sesame Street one.
Oh yeah, that's a good
New
one.
100-acre wood one.
Yep.
Beautiful.
One of us.
One of us. Yeah.
Nate. Yeah, Nate.
That's what, 2 sets? Yeah. Well, if you get the really expensive ones.
Yeah.
But you see
Or one if you're buying the Coliseum.
that, but I also, as an employee, get 50% off. So that's actually
Jesus.
equal to $1,200. So,
Really, honestly.
yes, for me.
I thought it was.
Do you have any job openings?
She just filled the last, but there was actually one job opening near Orlando, and someone took it. So,
Yeah, filmed down in Liverpool. Yeah, I thought I recognised some of the buildings. Yeah. It's like the new Batman was filmed in Liverpool and Glasgow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We
Interesting.
need Gotham to be dark and dingy again. Where can we go? I know. Glasgow.
Hey, Glasgow's got some brilliant architecture.
yeah.
I love Edinburgh, I know Glasgow's got better architecture, but Edinburgh is just the history in Edinburgh is amazing.
I'm hoping to get up that way back when I come in next time.
Well, a
I'll
lot
be
of
there.
times that's what
come
they
with you.
choose when they're looking for a Gotham City. They base it on the architecture. Like that's why they chose Chicago, because parts of the architecture just look Gotham-like, you know, and
Yeah.
street level architecture that they can film people walking down next to, you know.
Definitely. Right, we're coming up to the 2-hour mark, so done really well.
Thanks.
Done really fast, I think.
Thanks for this. It was fun. This was good fun.
Yeah, this is great.
Yes,
Good chat.
it is. Thanks for everybody that jumped in the chat as well and supported us tonight. So,
Yeah, it was good to see so many people in the chat and a lot of new people. To me, there's some new people. You guys might know some of them, but there was a few new people in there.
Definitely. I hope you stick with us.
We'll definitely try to make this a
I think we all are.
common
Yeah. Which town do you work at, Tina? Which Coles was that at?
What?
Use my whole paycheck.
At KB, I had that power.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Old.
Hey, John.
Hey, Donald. Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah. So thanks you all for being here. And Jesse as well. Been brilliant. And we will be back next Friday.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Should be good. Salacious wants to come in at some point and say hi. So
Yes, anybody who wants to come on as well. Now you've got to know us. We want to get guests in, get to know them, and get to know all us viewers, basically.
Yeah.
So, good night.
Did you ever feel so bad inside?